Commenting with Google Plus sucks. But commenting with Reddit is awesome. So head on over to Reddit and leave a comment on this video. And as always, thanks so much for watching. Hey there, you're watching the Jessa channel on YouTube. I'm Jessa, and today I am here with more Acanthop Isle. I wanted to give those of you who are new to the channel, of which there are many of you, new people coming in every day, and for those of you guys who have not seen Acanthop Isle, this is it in all of its gloriousness. This is The Sims 2. I've had people come in and can be confused as to which game they were looking at. This is The Sims 2. I have been playing The Sims 2 since its release day, which was September 14th, I believe, 2004. And this is Acanthop Isle. This is a hood that I built myself. It's a custom hood. It's not available for download, but I have tutorials up on my channel which will show you how I created this hood. So, I wanted to give you guys kind of an overview because today we're going over to the mainland, which is across the train tracks and to the other side. The mainland is this whole area right here, which consists of 3 areas. There's over here, dockside. This is the kind of grittier, low-rent area. A lot of close houses. No one lives in these houses yet. We do have some Sims living here. And we have some Sims here. This is the police station, which you can recognize the cars in the back there. And this is Hazel's Hellhole, the local dive bar. And then scooting over here, we are looking at Sovereignty Isle here. And many of you guys have seen this already. But I continue to try and show this to new people so you get an idea of where we are in relation to the hood that we're playing. And this is the downtown area of the mainland. And where we are today is in a new restaurant. So those of you who came to my live simming session in November, remember that we decorated this wonderful little lot, and its name is the Pear Café. And I'm going to give credit to the wonderful simmer who named that when we get into the lot. I'll see you there on the other side. And here we are. So the first thing to do is to do some thank yous to the wonderful simmer who named this lot. Kalisa, who came to the live simming session in November, won the naming contest to name this lot, and she picked the Pear Cafe, which I love this name. And so I've made a quick little sign here. Let me scoot in on it. There we go. And Kalisa, if you're watching, you can see your name. Let's see if I can get down there. Just down here, it says, many thanks to Kalisa. So there you go, Kalisa. Thank you so much for the name of the Pear Cafe. And where she got that name from was the color scheme we used. Let's look at that. There's Deva reading right now. She's studying, trying to gain a skill point. She has a want here to gain a skill point. As you know, for those of you who have watched my Sims 2 videos for a long time now, you'll know that I decorate using color schemes from designseeds.com, design-seeds.com. And this is the color scheme that we used. And I have also developed the habit of putting the color scheme up as the first piece of art in every single lot that I do. And this actually came about because a number of kind viewers told me in not so many words that I was terrible with as far as variety in my lots. And, you know, they wanted me to choose bolder colors. And I have to admit, I was very much into the more muted colors, you know, the creams, the, you know, I even go so far as to say even the beige. I admit it. So they told me that you know, I needed to find a way to kind of add more color into my decorating. So I decided to try a color challenge. And that's how it started. And now I am a complete convert to color, and each lot that I do now using color schemes comes out so much more interestingly than it would have if I didn't use color schemes. So let's show you about this lot. This is, let's get those walls down there so you can see a little bit. So my intent for Deva was to have just a little kind of bakery cafe. Now I've spent the last 2 days working on this lot and remodeling it from what you may have seen when we were in the live simming session, because the way I wanted it to work was simply not going to work with the way the simulation works in The Sims. What I mean by that is I wanted to have a restaurant upstairs and a kind of little coffee shop area downstairs. But we are slaves to the simulation, we simmers, and the way Maxis designed the restaurant dining simulation just doesn't work well to have a coffee house. The maitre d' tries to seat Sims in the wrong places, and it's pretty annoying. So, and I'd have to say that restaurants, though I enjoy them to some degree, they're probably my least favorite business type to run, and I think they are for a lot of people because they're expensive to run and you don't get a lot of profit from them, so your Sims don't ever, you know, get out of the hole, as it were, or it takes a lot of effort to. And they're also, I don't like that the maitre d' only sits one Sim per table. So you just have one Sim sitting there all by himself, and then another Sim at another table, and then another Sim. I don't like that. So let me know how you feel about restaurants in The Sims 2 in the comments. But what I decided to do after trying with much effort to get the restaurant coffee shop thing to work and much frustration, I finally came up with this plan, which I've play tested, seems to work really well. So I'm going to show you how that's going. This is obviously the cafe coffee area here. I love this little coffee bar, including this little kind of example of coffees or teas that you could buy and take home. That's cool. I've always liked that little feature. Anyway, so whoever did the model on this coffee bar did a good job. So obviously, very obvious from the signs that it's a coffee espresso area back here. And I have some magazines out. These are by Numenor, these magazine holders. And the Sims can take books out of them and magazines out of them. I love them. So they work really well. They're available at Mod The Sims. And we have a nice seating area over here, which earlier during my playtesting was full of Sims having heated debates on whatever Sims like to debate about. And also we have these beautiful, lovely blinds here. Came out so well. They're actually new to my custom content collection, and I'm going to tell you where they're from, so you can run over and grab them for yourself. This is by a new site that I've discovered called Feenwald. That's FEENWALD.com. And it's part of the Country Living Room. And it's a whole entire set of blinds you can see here. And there's quite a lot of them for all different types of windows. And it also comes with a load of recolors. And, you know, I love the recolors. So look at all those. Gorgeous. So to the person who created these blinds, I am grateful to you. Thank you so much. And they look great in the cafe, and I'm going to be using them. And blinds are actually something that I was kind of short on. I have a lot of curtains, but not a lot of blinds. So we actually were able to follow the color scheme, which you can see has a little bit of green here at the top. So we really wanted to get that green in. Oops. And the blue, dark blue here is the best we could get here for the walls as far as matching the blue. This was, as usual, most color schemes are a little tough at first, but then they really gel up and come together. And this is the top floor. Once again, we have this wonderful 3-tile painting motif going on through here with the pears. They may be apples, but, you know, for this, I'm going to pretend they're pears, even if they're apples in there. As I say they're pears, so they're pears. And we have this little restaurant cafe area up here. And what I've done is really simple. I am using some different custom food objects. These are from Sim Wardrobe. They are called the Modular Automatic Buffet Table. And they allow you to choose from different foods. I'll show you in the menu here. So you can select the food. You can select from dinner items, lunch items, breakfast items, dessert items. The only sad thing about it is that it does not include custom food. It's only Max's food. You can make the food cost, which I have set up here. So that would turn it off. And then you can also set up auto refill, which I love. So when the food runs out, it'll just automatically put a new plate up, which is great. And then over here, and by the way, the reason why has a grilled cheese up, let's say that again. The reason why Deva has grilled cheese available in her little bakery is because it's a homage to her new wife, Kathy. If you haven't checked out the episode or the number of episodes in which Kathy and Deva get married, it's quite amusing. Deva had a panic attack at the altar. This sim means the world to me. There's no one I'd rather spend my life with. Sure, we might have some ups and downs, but if we treat each other well, we'll be together for a long time. As a married woman, I can tell you those words are extremely true. But I don't know about these two. My hopes are not high. They are still living in separate apartments. So, and Deva is, I think the old-fashioned word for it is a bit of a horn dog. She's a playa. Anyway, we have some wonderful little tartlets here. Let me see here. And this is by one of my favorite food creators, EXNEM. Let me go over here this way. It's a little bit easier to find him. And he keeps his food stuff all in the appliances miscellaneous category, which took me ages to find it the first time I downloaded it. Anyway, and it's these tartlets right here, puff pastries, I should say, chocolate, cherry, and marshmallow. And then on the other side is strawberry marshmallow. You know, it's really a talent when you can make food. Simulated 3D food looks so good. Look at that. It's amazing. I have to admit, his talent as far as food is concerned is really impressive. And it looks so good that I'm like, I want one now. I wish I were in Akanthop so I could have some tartlets. And this is the strawberry one, and they're really good. And also, the Sims do come up and enjoy them. I've done a few little tricks to make this lot work the way I want to. Let me show them to you. As always, I do like to show you how I make things run so that you can do the same thing in your hoods if that interests you. So this is Pescados at More Awesome Than You. He's a well-known Sims 2 modder. This is the customer selector. And this object lets you choose what type of customers you'd like your business to cater to. It's very handy. And one of the things, for example, that you can use for it is you could make, for example, an elderly bingo club, and only the elderly people in your hood could come. Or you could make a teen hangout, for example. You can there's a lot of different choices for the type of Sims that you can choose. And it can get pretty complicated. You could choose only male Sims who are single and who are, you know, who are werewolves, I guess, if you wanted to. And you could choose that. Or you could choose male or female Sims who also happen to be single and werewolves. Whatever you want to do. So I haven't gone that deep into it, but what I do use it for here is this business type. This basically means that when the Sim comes to the lot, the customer comes to the lot to shop, his needs will be set up so that he's interested in fulfilling them. For example, for entertainment, his fun need will be low. For restaurant, her food need, her hunger need will be low. I have it set to caffeine, so their energy level is low, so that they go to fill in that caffeine sooner rather than later. Over at my graveyard, for example, which you guys can take a look at, that's back in season 1, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, there's a graveyard in Akanthop, and I have the business type there set to relaxation, which means their comfort is low. So they'll come in and sit down at the benches and chat with other Sims and, you know, respect the dead and all that kind of stuff. So gender, for example, orientation, asexual. I don't know if I have any asexual Sims. Their romance, whether they're single or attached, what type of playables, NPCs, all kinds of complicated things. But that's the only thing I wanted to show you about there, was that I have it set to caffeine. And then to make them want to go up and get something to eat, I've also used my other go-to mod. I have so many go-to mods, I shouldn't be talking like there's only one. And it's here. It's called the Please Yourself Plant. It's by Dolphin26 at Mod The Sims. And it's a neat little plant. Let's see here. It's in decorative plants, and it's right here. Anyway, the Please Yourself plant allows you to set it up so that you can have certain groups of Sims have their needs be set a certain way. And in this case, it comes in very handy. And you can even set it up with a timer on it so that it goes off at a certain time and comes on at a certain time. It's pretty amazing. Anyway, you can assign it. In this case, I can assign it to customers. And then I can set their motives, their hunger, to be, let me show you if it were not set. Motives, hunger. I can set it to neutral, meaning that it's about mid-range through this area here. And that'll make them hungry, and they'll come up and get something to eat. So now that I've shown you pretty much how everything is working, let's now call in our employee. We're going to summon Colin. Colin is an orphan at the orphanage, Mainland Orphanage, which is, I can show you from where we currently are. I just flipped around the camera really quickly there. So I'm looking down the street, you see, from where we are. And the orphanage is just right here. So it's an easy walk for Colin to have something to do on his off-school days. Kind of thinking of it as an after-school job. A way for him to earn money, because I don't know if he's going to qualify for scholarships for college or how that's going to work for him, or whether he'll end up being a deadbeat. Who knows? So let's call him into work, and he will show up pretty soon here. And once he shows up, I'm going to then turn on the business here using our little sign here. There he is, coming in from his walk down the street. And I'm going to also, since it's about 3 o'clock now, I'm going to use a cheat to knock the time back a little bit, because I want to give us some more daylight hours. So I'm going to set the time to, how about noon? So in order to do that, it's 24-hour time, not the typical 12-hour American time. And so I'm setting the hour to 12, which is noon. For midnight, it would be 0. He's going to go in and hit his station, ready to serve up the customers. And I'm going to now turn on the business. I'm using my business controller, which is from Business Runs You by Pescado. And let's turn this on, toggle open and close, and see who shows up. I'm going to have Deva stop and come over here and start selling. Ha ha! And as it is in an integrated hood in The Sims 2, Sims who mean something to each other show up, and you have a story already developing there. This is Mike, one of Colin's care workers at the orphanage. And this is Constable Jeremiah Withers. Now, interesting phenomenon here is that you'll see here Mike has always been a little bit healthy in the belly. But the constable's plus size here, the nice little gut he's sporting right there, is actually a new thing, because I've had 2 businesses recently, one the church and 2 this business, in which I've had Sims in and out testing the business, play testing it, and therefore they're eating a lot over and over and over again. And so everybody in Akenthop is fat. Yeah, there you go. So I'm going to have her do a sales pitch on the good Jeremiah. And here is the Reverend. And let's also do sales on the Reverend too. Build our sales badge up. And once again, relationships showing up, because William is also dating the Reverend.
Najo.
William is He's kind of our local wacky slime ball type. And here's Nan, Kimberly, who just adopted 2 orphans from the orphanage. And this is awesome. Constable just went over, and I don't know if you saw that, and introduced himself to Reverend Honoria. I love when Sims do that. The relationships form without any work from me. So now let's go over here and see if anyone's going to order any coffee. Yep, Mike already did, and the Reverend. Yay, coffee bar is working. I have had trouble with the coffee bar working on a lot at times before. Wonderful. Yay, coffee. I also like to notice the patterns of how the Sims... Excellent. The patterns of how the Sims talk and enjoy themselves and all of that. And I notice that the first Sim always sits in this chair, and then the second Sim always sits in this chair. That pathing isn't something I can do too much about. And little Willie's ordering some coffee there. And then he goes to sit in this second chair. And Nan orders some coffee. And then we have a wonderful shop working already. Now, in each of my shops, I tend to use the Ticketron. Someone mentioned to me, by the way, that they thought that the Ticketron broke dates from the Nightlife feature, the expansion pack of Nightlife. It would break dates. And what I do when I have a date come to the Ticketron, I just have the date I'm controlling, buy a ticket, and then I believe there's a feature on here like buy a ticket for, I think that's what it is. But there's a feature that allows you to get a ticket for your date, and that's how I use it. If that didn't work, then I would just make the date selectable and have them buy a ticket. And then upstairs, let's see who's enjoying that. Oh, we have some interesting things happening here. Interesting is a euphemism for absolutely nothing happening. But at least Constable Jeremiah is getting something to eat because he's hungry, which is working wonderfully. And hopefully some more Sims will come up here and enjoy the... Yep, here comes Sophia. And enjoy the pleasures of the restaurant. I like it when Sims just also sit down and just chill out. And more relationships forming. This is the part of the simulation where I tend to just get quiet and just listen and watch the Sims and see storylines forming and make little mental notes. For example, and I'm going to pause this for a minute, Ash and Sophia live in the same place. They live in the Easter house, which is the bed and breakfast in Akanthop. And it's where new Sims come in to the hood. And they usually stay. And the Easter house is, let me show you. Just happens to be nearby. If it were on Akanthop Isle, then I wouldn't be able to show it to you because we can't see Akanthop from here. As you can see, it's all the way over there, across the ocean. Which makes sense that we can't see it. Over here is the Easter house where I'm pointing right now. Pardon my humming in the background. So anyway, I see that Ash sits down with Sophia, and, you know, they're not really talking too much. So possibly there's a little problem there, you know? I once heard somebody say that Sims 2, the Sims games were the most grindy games ever, meaning that, you know, all you do is do the same thing over and over again to level up, as it were, or to get more skills or more points. And I shook my head in wonder. I thought, this is a person who does not understand this game. I mean, does not. I've never, I mean, I don't even know what you, I suppose you could just have them skill to try and have them get to the top of the career ladder, or, for example, get all their skills up. But just like human beings, the Sims don't need to have 10 in every skills. Some Sims are good at cooking, and some Sims are not. For example, Deva loves to clean, but she hates to cook, so she's only got 1 cooking point. And it would be silly for me, knowing her story and the type of person that she is, or I should say the type of Sim that she is, to have her study cooking or attempt to cook. She would go through with it because the simulation would allow for her to do so, but it wouldn't work in my brain. and it wouldn't work in the storyline of the town, you know? So one of the things that I'm saying is that she didn't make these foods. She ordered these foods from the bakery, which doesn't exist yet. So, you know, I know she got them out of the catalog, but from storyline purposes, yeah. Anyway, let's see what else is happening. So Ash may have a little thing going on or an interest in Constable Jeremiah. So what I can do is, when she's done talking, and I'm enjoying this little story happening here, I can either keep it in mind, which there's a lot to remember, but there it is. And there are two Sims, once again, autonomously meeting each other. Greeting each other. I love that about this game. And you Sims 3 players, let me know. And they're going to start dancing. Okay. That's because, even though you can't hear the music, there is a speaker going on here. But that didn't get very far. Ash, I'm going to use my handy-dandy control this sim. Did somebody else get fat again? Yeah, probably. That sound you just heard was the sound of a sim gaining weight. Oh no, wait! Oh my gosh! Pause! Pause! Uh-oh! That is also the sound that is made when a sim falls out of love with another. We were missing some drama down here. Oh, wow. Okay, so those of you who've been watching know this, but I'm going to explain this for the new people coming in to the channel. And we are coming up on 5,000 viewers. And it just seems like I celebrated 4,000 just a little while ago, a month or two. So the channel is growing quickly, and I'm very pleased with that. Now, anyway, this is Cinna, and this is Little Willie. And he's got Cinna on the side, and he's also dating Reverend Honoria. So unfortunately, we missed it because it was happening downstairs. I don't know what happened. I'm wondering if Honoria kind of tipped Cinna in that she wasn't the only woman on the block. But anyway, you know, because the godly Reverend is good at doing that kind of stuff. And because this is too juicy to miss, I'm going to take a picture of this, complete with Nan Kimmerly, who is sitting here, pretending like nothing's happening. And let's take a quick picture of that. This is my program called Gadwin Print Screen. I highly recommend it. And it's part of my simming Let's Play style to take pictures right in the middle of the action. I don't see why the heck not. And let's see what happens here. Uh-oh. Oh, look at her face. Oh. Let's slide through a lamp to get a close-up of that. Oh, man. Cinna is a spurned woman. Oh, my God. She has been chasing after Little Willie, God knows why, since the first episodes of this Let's Play, way back in Season 1, when there was a little love triangle going on between her and this guy. And his nickname around town, by the way, you guys, is Little Willie. I'll leave you to figure out why that is. Ah, this is good. This is good. So while I was upstairs talking about story developing, there was story developing downstairs too. Yay! Okay, so take another picture of that and then go back in F10, F1, and what I'm doing, by the way, just to take pictures, is I'm clicking on F5 to go to the options screen here. But the reason why I do that is to get rid of this Q up here. And F5 will get the Q out of the way. And then I click F10 to get rid of the user interface. A little trick there for you. F10. And I go to F1 to go back into the action. And look at that face. She's planning evil things. Look at that. That's a woman who's planning some evil stuff. I'm going to go to control the sim and stick my fingers in the mess that's called this pie. And I'm going to have her go over here and argue with him. Sita, go argue with him. Go tell him off. Don't let him talk to you like that. Make him stand up and take it like a man. You've ruined my dreams. You've ruined my wishes. I don't care. You were never for me. And now he's out of love. I think they're talking about arguing about the Bible. That's what I anticipate that book to mean. Or read that book to mean. book symbol. So I'm going to stop messing with her now. I'm going to stop controlling the sim and see what happens on her own. Oh, yeah? Baby, you were never all that. Oh, Senna. Oh, Senna. You poor thing. She's now going to be on the rebound. It's going to be so unpleasant. This is Otto Galloway. He's a local bad boy, and he, like everybody else in town, is fat. So you can guess that the first thing I'm going to be making next is a gym. I'm going to pause the game here, and we're going to end this episode with with our local bad boy talking about things that are very appropriate to him, at least. He brags about his incredible safe breaking skills. And a little quick tip as well too. One of the ways that I play as a simmer is that I'm not literal with these symbols. Sometimes this could mean, of course, a safe breaker. It could also mean that the person is talking about putting something important away for future keeping, or it could be talking about a person feeling safe, for example. I use as much leeway as I can to get as much different conversations options out of the Sims as possible, because there's only so many conversation icons. So, you know, that is one tip I want to share with you as well too, that I have shared before and will probably do so again. So we have the Blue Pear Café, named by Kalisa. Yay, Kalisa, who, Kalisa, you can see the drama and havoc that has been wreaked already, and I'm going to leave it here. I want to thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, please hit the thumbs up button below and encourage me. And if you loved what you saw and you enjoy and want to see more of the Blue Pear Cafe, let me know in the comments below. I'll see you back at Akenthop in the next episode. As always, thank you so much for watching. Get every new Jessa channel video right in your email inbox. Subscribe, then from your YouTube homepage, click Manage Subscriptions, then check Email with new uploads. And thanks for watching.